Hi Libra, welcome into yet again another weekly reading for us. Keep in mind as we proceed forward, of course this is general, so just take what applies and discard the rest, or just see how it's going to pan out for you, and what is going to be applicable for your upcoming week. To begin right from the middle of the Elemental Oracle deck, let's grab an overall energy and see where the reading takes us. Power, absolutely beautiful. It feels like the week at certain points you maybe have built up energy, built up emotions. For somebody, maybe frustration. I did get the word aggression, but I wanted to switch it to frustration. Built up passion even, okay? And knowledge intake. It's like at certain points you need to control the way this is powerfully being erupted, okay? You just end up randomly spitting out what you felt and noticed recently intuitively or learned or experienced. There is a lot of purposeful speaking, communicating, connecting, and accomplishing, tying into the power that you're embodying, embracing, and giving off throughout the week, utilizing it to your advantage. But they're saying, watch your words, okay? I'm getting that very clearly. Be strategic. I get when Spirit speaks through, a lot of which, like myself, drawn to the reading, it's not always that easy or preventable. But say for a moment you feel the need to say something to a coworker or to a boss figure, or it could be, someone in your personal life. Bite your tongue if you're intuitively feeling it's not going to work to your advantage. I'm also getting, Libra, not everybody has your back throughout this week and in general, but opposites attract is now what I'm getting. Opposites attract. And I also feel like you're wanting to be on the same wavelength with certain people. Let's better understand what we want out of this, or let's better understand each other. Let's better work together or live together. I do feel as if you're thinking about beliefs and ways of living and just ways of being and accomplishing, and how that's quite opposite or just very different from other people. And I want to say one, if not multiple situations. And this doesn't mean you don't get along with these people, right? It doesn't mean you don't work well with or live well with that person or connect with them, in beneficial ways, enjoyable ways. It definitely reminds me of me in two of the main coworkers that I work with, two other servers, and we're all very different people. I said this to them recently. We're very different in the way we do things and the type of people we are, but then we just really support each other and, for the most part, get along. You know what I mean? But it's a work in progress, if you will. I do see you getting certain spiritual downloads when you're sleeping through your dreams and otherwise, and I really feel that's assisting you, okay? Moving on to the beginnings card, I really sense that there's a focus on new beginnings from the recent past and more so moving forward. You may feel like this week just holds very mysterious but just different energy for you. You're being viewed at as a great mystery, somebody with a true sense of timing, whether you think so in the moment or not, or in general, but also with a great sense of discipline. You buckle down and you, in a very mature and methodical way, get things done. You, at points, Libra, realize something that you once knew, or something new, and Spirit saying you need to remember this moving forward. Just like that last two readings I did for Taurus and Aquarius, write it down. Maybe even Leo's reading, I can't remember. But there are different levels of timing coming through and coming to be throughout the week, and I really feel there's a focus on a key that's frustrating you, maybe that you need to acquire that you just did. Anyways, but I also sense that you are going to need to think back to a less mature chapter that you once experienced, because you made certain mistakes that we need to prevent moving forward, even though I don't think you're going to choose to or want to, but there's something about you remembering that, okay? But moving on to the Hierophant, I just heard, wow, I made some wild choices, some really bad ones. But yeah, you live and you learn, okay? There's also a sense of, I don't want to label them as immature or immaturity when it comes to their energy, but less mature than you, right? Maybe even less aged, in comparison to you, than you. and they are looking up to you, respecting you, and maybe asking you for your opinion. It's not necessarily advice per se. It may turn into advice, come to be, but they're asking for your opinion on something or multiple things throughout the week. Think back when you had to do what was right for you, my friend, and how did that pan out? That worked out for you, didn't it? It is working out for you. It's like one step, further along your path, and you're going to feel more accomplished, more established. And it's like you're trying to get your footing in one, if not a couple different situations, or maybe your world, your path as a whole, and you're doing a really good job of it. You need to give yourself credit where credit is due. The power that you are exuding naturally at certain points, or just in general throughout the week, admirable. It's useful by yourself and other people. It's the way you're carrying yourself. It's the way you're speaking, accomplishing, the way you're navigating. Advising is the wording coming through. And I want to say even utilizing certain messages coming through from your intuition and spirit, as we do naturally have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. What you know is what you know. What you know is to be trusted. You need to maybe think back to when you felt somebody in a negative sense very accurately. You were intuitively feeling them out, and maybe then were proven correct, and then decided to shift your perspective and trust with them, and it didn't pay off, right? I know who that is for me, but they're saying this prepares you and should prepare you more so moving forward to when you feel a situation out or somebody out from the beginning or soon after, and it's giving out red flags, right? Or one big red flag. Trust it. There might have been significance and purpose to you now starting to, or at a certain point, rewinding back, trusting that person more, or jumping into that situation even though it didn't work out in the end or created difficulty. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, there's prevention in the future that we're creating so that you don't get yourself into sticky situations or alter the future of a situation negatively, potentially create an earlier ending than is meant to be. You're blossoming, as I feel Spirit saying, what do you want as far as your love life goes moving forward? And I feel some of which are thinking, I just want to live my single life. Okay, so be it. Be single as a Pringle. You know what I mean? But there may be positive aspects and benefits from you at least exploring the potential of love, for the future. May even just help you notice or remember how far you've come in that department, or just how much you've changed. Naturally then that changes, who and what you wish to or will consider associating yourself with, and what you choose to continue. But in the midst of what feels like a very busy week for you, you're going to be getting a lot done. You're going to have a lot on your mind. 809, look up the angel number meaning. I feel there are moments of contemplation coming to be, but they're saying, where the thin line lies. You'll feel it out. You'll remember when you overdid it in that process and crossed that thin line, rewinding back. And so let's just be smart in that sense, okay? The way you strut your stuff is now what I'm getting. The colors and the magical vibe and the power, even once again, of your stripes is coming through. Looking at that tiger. But I feel there's a way about how you feel like you're going to shift forward and navigate, accomplish like a cheetah, really quickly, but then you move like a gazelle, but then you move like a panda, okay, or a sloth. And Spirit's saying, okay, that's not a bad thing. Maybe it's even going to benefit you in whatever is at hand or wherever you're going. Who said you have to rush? I really feel like someone in your midst is gaining negative karma, and Spirit's saying, put your hands up. This may be directly connected to how they've been talking about you, treating you, in other people. But they're saying what goes around comes around, and you're definitely evidence of this in a positive sense, but as well feeling it may not be the only person gaining negative karma, but you can't expect to put out negative energy to talk crap about people, to throw people under the bus, to try to get people fired or break up a connection that is healthy for them, or whatever the case may be. Or alter someone's perspective and view on somebody negatively. You can't expect to do any of or all of which and have things go perfectly for you moving forward. Negative karma exists, period. And I heard there's something that somebody wants to sugarcoat for you, in spirit saying, well, watch us wipe away that sugarcoating, because it's not going to benefit you to have things sugarcoated. I don't feel like it never has. You know what I mean? Six of Wands, you're going to be victorious in the midst of a week where I don't feel you have a ton of patience. It's like you're moving and accomplishing, navigating, migrating slowly, but then, come on, can this, light change? I need to cross the street, get to where I'm going. I have a lot on my plate. Going back to the Seven of Cups, I have to get to work on time or pick up the kids, whatever the case may be. I am a little bit of a busy bee. You know what I mean? But I do want to say there's good food throughout the week. There's a focus on taste buds and treats and positive, maybe even funny or informative content online and otherwise. It's just part of your week. And I feel a lot of which, if not all of which, is very guided by your team and otherwise. But yeah, you're going to be victorious. Try to enjoy the victory in the midst of which, even up until that point, because there's something about you going through the motions or just not enjoying it to the best of your ability or as much as you should be. But 1123, look up the angel number meaning. I just heard you have beautiful eyes. You have beautiful eyes, as I just showed mine for a hot second. What else do we have for Libra? Eight of Pentacles. Putting in the work, my friend. Putting in the work. You can't help but feel motivated. You can't help but feel on point. That power comes to be in the midst of you putting in the effort that you need to and even want to. The power comes back to be that I feel life is stripped away from you in certain ways. I, again, feel like somebody, for a lot of which a work situation, wanted to, and maybe still want to throughout the week and surrounding it, strip away the power that you could and or do have held, okay? And they're saying, well, people can attempt. People can even partially succeed in that sense. But it's a week where the Libran collective, for this reading, are regaining and finding a protection coming to be for the power that you're meant to be one with, all right? It's going to be a week where you may feel a little bit judgmental at certain points as well. I know I'm getting that randomly. Other people's judgment is taking a highlight. You're going to be feeling levels of discernment coming to be when you need to kind of put something to rest or tell someone to cut it out. Therefore, I wouldn't be surprised if your leadership qualities, your way of being is part of the week taking a highlight, the mind, the awareness of other people and your own. Not to exclude the spirits that are viewing you as a shining star leader in the midst of a very motivated, very busy, accomplishing kind of week. I really feel like you're better understanding what lies ahead selectively in the midst of being this true, shining, confident mystery. You're also feeling, for whatever reason, it's quite easy for the most part or at certain points to trust the mystery of your own individual path. If I could spit it out and speak at this point, bear with me. It's been, after this reading, it would be about an hour straight that I've been recording today, doing all of these weekly readings. But I'm now hearing music to my ears, the marching to the beat of your own Libran drum, very Knight of Wands-ish, doing what you do and doing it well, right? And spirit saying, good. March to the beat of your own drum, create your own music, create a new tune for yourself and your world, and watch your path develop as it's meant to. This is going to be an epically empowering kind of week. One where the power that you hold and create and are gifted and given back in certain ways is so important for the way things are meant to change now and more so moving forward inside and outside of you, okay? So this is truly helpful. As always, I'm sending you a ton of love and light. Until the next time we speak, do take care, Libra.